What's going on, everyone? So, the Los Angeles Lakers had pulled off a trade with the Brooklyn Nets. They got Shake Milton and Dorian Finney-Smith. By now, I'm sure most, if not all of you, are aware of this trade. I am excited about this trade. I definitely think it makes us better, but it can't stop here, right? Lakers are planning on kind of reevaluating, taking a step back, kind of surveying the landscape before they make any haste decisions or anything like that with any other trades. Obviously, if the right move is there at the right price on the table, they plan to take it, but this move makes the Lakers better. No doubt about it. No ands, ifs, buts, nothing. But it doesn't make us and move us into contention status. That's where we need to move. I also think Shake Milton is a really sneaky pickup. I think a lot of people aren't really talking about Shake Milton. I don't think in the sense of like, oh, we just got our third guy or whatever, nothing like crazy like that. But as just like a 6'5" versatile combo guard that you can really slot in, 1 through 3, especially with him in a 7-foot wingspan. Defensively, hasn't been great. He's not terrible, but he's not like great. However, he also, being under JJ Redick and this coaching staff, may actually get more buy-in. We saw like JJ was able to take D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves and make them at least serviceable. So I do think Shake Milton is somebody that has the potential to be just at least a quality rotation piece. Plus, you turn Maxwell Lewis into a player such as Shake Milton. You turned a guy who wasn't even in the rotation into a guy that now can be in the rotation. So that in and of itself is an upgrade, especially for a team whose bench has just not been very good. Our bench has not been a good bench this season, but these are two great acquisitions. However, a lot of people really wanted the Lakers to trade for other players from the Brooklyn Nets, particularly guys like Day'ron Sharpe and Cam Johnson. Honestly, I would have really preferred Day'ron Sharpe even over Shake Milton, or work it out to where you also get Day'ron Sharpe in the trade, however you have to make it work. My guess is two things. Either A, the Lakers have another center in mind and maybe trying to work that out, Walker Kessler, fingers crossed, or B, Brooklyn's price for Day'ron Sharpe is probably too high right now. Right? That could be another possibility. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But the reason I wanted to talk about the Brooklyn Nets again is because just because we traded with Brooklyn, doesn't mean we can't regroup and come back and talk to them again. Right? The Nets obviously want to have a fire sale. They still have pretty much their entire roster available for trade. You've seen them already sell Dennis Schroeder and now Dorian Finney-Smith. And they want to move off of Cam Johnson. They want multiple firsts for Cam Johnson. They're probably going to get that for Cam Johnson because he has been that good this year. On top of being that good this year, he's still young enough to be a piece for most of these teams for several seasons. Also, he is a very big plug-and-play guy. Right? He's a guy that can easily slot in. However, it's just, will the Nets be able to find the right trades? They clearly want salary relief. I don't think that they're going to be able to get salary relief for all of these guys. Not everyone has a bunch of expiring contracts and stuff. That's why the Lakers were able to get Dorian Finney-Smith and he didn't go to the Grizzlies, because Lakers had expiring contracts and the Grizzlies didn't. So that's why the Lakers ultimately won that. But the Lakers could still repivot and go try to get a Day'ron Sharpe. Great example was, 2 seasons ago now? Lakers made the trade with the Utah Jazz for Patrick Beverley, THT for Patrick Beverley. And then, fast forward to the trade deadline, ended up doing the Westbrook trade with Utah for, Malik Beasley, Jared Vanderbilt, and D'Angelo Russell. So, very possible to still touch base and get with the Brooklyn Nets again, because I still look, in a perfect world, if you could get Cam Johnson and Day'ron Sharpe, that would be perfect. I think Cam Johnson is very unlikely. I just think that there's far too many teams that are interested and want Cam Johnson that I don't think it's super realistic for the Lakers to land him. You got teams even like the Thunder. Thunder are interested in him, and as soon as the Thunder are in the conversation, you could pretty much kiss any potential goodbye on getting a guy, because they could throw 5 firsts at Cam Johnson just for fun and still have the most assets in the league, right? The Thunder are just kind of that one team you do not want to hear linked or interested in your guy. But to be fair, I was having my concerns that the Lakers would be able to get a 3-and-D guy, period. And they were able to get arguably the second most sought after, just because of his contract and how he's a guy that can really fit in and play his role. I fully expect Rob Pelinka to continue to remain patient. It's why I've talked so heavily, this offseason, this season. Patience. Patience is everything. We all want to trade ASAP. I would love to just kind of get the entire trade front, done and over with immediately, right? I would prefer it, right? Because the sooner you can get your roster finalized and finished, the longer you have to kind of work out, kind of the ins and outs. Like, where does this guy play? What's his rotation? Is he the starter? Is he the bench guy, right? Like, and the Lakers are expected to kind of evaluate. They want to sit back, take a step back, and kind of evaluate what this team's got going on and all that, which is fine, right? Like, take your time, be patient. You got the pressure trade done, right? And you got the biggest need or the toughest get, in my opinion, right? The center position and the guard position are probably going to be the two easiest to get. It's that 3-and-D win, and he didn't overpay. He got it on a fair trade. I also like the pickup of Shake Milton. People are acting, and I understand. Dorian Finney-Smith, he's the 3-and-D wing. He's what the Lakers really need. He was the sought-after prize, right? But I do, and look, it's possible Shake Milton doesn't even play, period, right? Like, we'll see how it plays out. He may end up being salary filler in a trade. Who knows? But Shake Milton, I do think, gives you some versatility at the guard position, and he just had a 16-12 game right before his 2 straight games or he had like 2 20-point games like back-to-back before that game. Like, the dude's been balling recently. And I think Rob Pelinka did a very good job. But look, job's not finished. Right? He was Kobe's agent. I'm sure he's very familiar with that phrase. Right? Job's not finished. Rob Pelinka still has to go and make those other moves. Get a point of attack, athletic guard, maybe even another forward, a wing. Like I've even said, like a Cody Martin, even like a Torrey Craig, somebody that could just slot in, play, limited minutes off the bench or something, kind of play a role. I'd prefer like a veteran just for like come playoff time, right? You need those guys, the guys that are comfortable in those spots that, have played in playoff games and stuff. But Rob, look, I trust him to figure it out. It's what I've talked about. People wanted me to be more critical of Rob. And I said, I got to wait and see what the end result is. Right? I can't judge somebody until they've done what if he made a bad, like if he would have given up a first and a pick swap for Dorian Finney-Smith, we'd probably be having a very different conversation. But he didn't. He didn't overpay. He got the one thing we needed more than arguably anything, right? Which is a legit two-way wing. And what more could you ask for, right? Like, let the guy cook. Let him keep going. Let's see. He knows. He's aware. He's made it public. He said openly that he knows that, hey, we need multiple trades. We need multiple guys. Got to get things done. This was huge, right? I know people are worried, like, oh, but you traded D'Angelo Russell. Again, the guard and the center are going to be the easy part, right? Like, yeah, would I have loved to turn D'Lo into, a Zach LaVine or something? Sure, of course, but the reality is that, like, we still need a 3-and-D wing, right? My best case scenario was Walker Kessler, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Zach LaVine. That's what I really wanted the Lakers to get. So far, we got one of the three, and in all honesty, you got the hardest one, right? Like, again, the 3-and-D wing is in such demand, and they're able to get it. And JJ Redick got a guy that he really has liked for a long time. Guy that should fit in and slot in seamlessly for JJ in his rotation. And, I expect him to come off the bench, at least for a while. Because you don't want to mess up what you got. You also want to get him acclimated, get him comfortable, right? They're probably not even going to practice before they, I know the Lakers have had practice, but I'm saying Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton probably haven't even practiced before this Cavs game. I know that they did the press and everything, and they were there at the practice, but I don't know if they actually practiced. I know they got shots up and stuff. So you don't want to just throw them into the fire right out the gate, right? So take your time, be patient. But I like where the Lakers are at. They're in good shape. We're going to be fine. But as always, this is a discussion. pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you think that the Lakers should get back with the Nets and still try to go get a Day'ron Sharpe and a Cam Johnson? Do you think no? Just go pivot and find something else. How do you feel? Whatever your thoughts are. I'd love to hear it either way, so let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Lets me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.